Hello everybody, Corn here and welcome to my channel. I hope y'all are doing good today and having a wonderful weekend. As you all know, I'm going through everything in my craft room to seeing what I really use for real, to see what I really use for real and what I think would benefit someone else, since I'm not using it anymore or never used it really a lot. A lot of times when I had it, and donating it. And one thing, and you probably have the same too, if you like to decoupage with napkins, a lot of times when we see a gorgeous napkin, I mean, if we're at the Dollar Tree and we see one, that's fantastic, because a pack of napkins is only going to cost us $1. But most of the time we find the most beautiful ones at Tuesday Morning and Marshall's and places like that. And you have to get like 20 or 16 or what have you. And I don't know about y'all, but do you all love it when someone gives you some of their napkins? And because they're sharing what they have, and then you don't have to buy a whole pack of napkins, especially if you just want one or two. And I've done that before, and I know that there's some beautiful ladies here on YouTube who love to receive napkins because they love to decoupage too. And as you saw the giveaway that's up right now, the Love of Swans, that napkin with the swans on it, I decoupaged that napkin on that card. And on cards, I think a lot of people do on cards, and but today I took a break from all of that. I'm still going through stuff in the craft room because I'm going through it. This makes sense with, really, truly, if you don't need this, donate it. You know, with that type of mindset, Heather from Gypsy Crafter Journals here on YouTube, she's such a darling. She's in the UK, and just a lovely, lovely person. And we were going back and forth in our comments talking about how you do, when you do that, you have to be really serious about it, because otherwise it's like, no, I'll use it. And it's happened already. I donated a few sheets of paper, just a few sheets, and while I was going through my ribbons, found a ribbon that matched it perfectly, and I was like, no, leave it. Don't do it. But what I did, took a break and did some tags, which I haven't done tags with the napkins before, and I'll show you how they came out. Now this is because it's metallic gold. It says take care, and my sign off is take good care. So there's one, and then this is the napkin. The thing I like about, when you decoupage, a lot of people use Mod Podge. There's all sorts of ways. There's quite a few videos on YouTube about ironing and plastic wrap or something else. I mean, there's so many different ways. But for me, I first learned it from Dolly, Crafty Mermaid Mom, and her channel's not up anymore. She has a lot of things happening in her life, but she's very, very talented, very sweet. And she taught us, if you get out your glue stick, this is the one I use the most for wide, and I got that on Amazon. And this is the one I use the most for narrow spots, and I got that on Amazon too. This is fantastic. It's made in Canada, and it's really good. And here's another one. Now I didn't put in any seam binding or ribbon or anything yet, because these get stored, and then once they're either in a card or a project or what have you, then I'll put in something here. And I'd like to thank Trina from Trina's Place for these 2 stickers from Jolie's Boutique. How precious are they? Talk about dimensional, can you see? And for this one, on this napkin, I wanted to put the designer's signature here. That was on the napkin. I put that there, if you can see. And this is Handsome's favorite. He was looking at all of them that I did this afternoon, and he was, oops, sorry, there's the metallic silver again. But as you see, this napkin has metallic, or kind of metallic silver in it. You know what I mean? I hope you can see it. And this has definitely a texture. I like to use the glue stick with the napkins because of the texture. Now, after you do that, you can put the Mod Podge on top to seal it, or other sealers if you're more comfortable with that. This is actually a brad, but I have a tendency on the back, especially if I want somebody to journal, I'll cover this up. But yeah, this is, Handsome was like, oh, I like that the best. And then this one, the only thing I did, I think it's so pretty like it is, with the yellow iris and everything. I put just a hole reinforcer with that glittered lavender paper, but besides that, that's all I did with that one. And then with this one, this napkin is a Dollar Tree napkin, and with this one, I went around it in Distress ink and sponge sugar. And as you see, it does bleed into your napkin a little bit, simply because it's a napkin. You know, it goes on gorgeous and then it'll bleed into it a little bit, but I kind of liked it. And this was a brad in the middle. This flower was from the Paper Studio. I got that on clearance. And this is a brad for the center, but I wasn't loving it, and it also had a very, very bright green another flower in it, and I was like, took that off. Put the brad on first, wasn't feeling it, and so I took that out, and I will put a little something where the hole is. I will put a little something on the back, like I said, but and then put this darling little applique there, which I think looks a lot better. So that's what I'm working on, and I've also got this one in the wings, but I thought maybe we would do one together, and we would decorate this one. This is just sitting here. Decorate this one while we, let one dry, because to me, I use a punch for up here, a tag punch, and I personally don't want to do that till it's dry. So let's put these together over here. Okay. And what I do first, now, like I said, this tag, to decoupage the tags is rather new to me, but I had gotten these file folders from Amazon, and they're in white, and I think you saw mostly what I've been doing with them is making journals, and also tea dyeing them, and distress inks and everything like that. And I think I made I think my Maggie Holmes giveaway was out of these guys too. So what I did is I cut, you can see, to here to make the tags, and I'm cutting them in certain widths because of this punch by the Paper Studio. They also have a punch like this on Amazon, but I got mine several years ago at the Paper Studio when they have the sale where it says anything that says the Paper Studio is half price, and that's when I got mine. Other people have told me the same. They don't know what they do without it. They use it all the time. So do I. And So that's why I've been cutting them in 2.5, the width of 2.5, 2 inches, and 1.5 inches because of fitting into here. And I'm using this, the We Are Memories Keepers cutting board that Handsome got me. And like I said, let's do this. Let's do, no, I want to do, it's not even the 1.5. Okay, let's do this first. Let's go ahead and say bye-bye to these guys. I do recycle and I do use those over sometimes depending on the width of them. And then I want a 2.5. And if we do the 2, when I did it before I was able to get all 3, but I don't think I'll be able to get all 3. And a 2. And that's not going to be 1.5. Nope. But this will be fun for other stuff. So I am going to hold on to that. Put it over here with my scraps. I am going to cut here. I'm going to make this one. Wait a minute, let's do this. Let's make these 2. Should I do 5 inches or 5.5? Let's make them 5.5 inches long. And then, so that's going to give us 2. And then this guy, should we do 5 inches or should we do 4.5? Let's do 4.5. I'm thinking of journals too, and how sometimes that works really well. And also this could, you know how I always love to do like little books and little things like that, so you can use that there. Okay. I thought instead of, since it takes me forever to do anything, that I wouldn't decorate them like I did these other ones, especially since my craft room, remember, I have about 3/4 of my stuff in here, but 1/4 of my stuff is in another room because we're hoping to have some electrical work done soon, we hope. So I'm just waiting. So what I do, we've got, like you saw, you know, first, well, you all already know this, with your napkins, be they 2-ply, 3-ply. The one I got at Dollar Tree was a 2-ply, and it wanted to hold on really well. I had to very gingerly take the backing off. But most of mine, I think this one's from Marshall's or TJ Maxx maybe. And this is one that I really, really like with all these pink roses. And this was 3-ply. You take them off, and if you're having trouble, as you all already know this, but if you're having trouble and your Scotch tape is downstairs and you're upstairs in the craft room, just take a little bit of washi and touch it and just, it'll pull. And I've seen some people on YouTube pull like crazy on that, you know, like it's nothing, but I have to do it very gingerly because when I've tried that, I've ripped some. So I think we should do, this is like I said, this is the Dollar Tree one. And see what happened? Right there. And that's the other fun thing. You know how there's texture around a lot of the nap like this. I don't know if you can see it. This is very flat, and then this has a texture which holds the paper together, the 2 or 3 plies together. That's fun. Sometimes when I use my brayer, I roll it right out, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes it stays, and that's fun to see. I like the texture. This one's fun because you get the polka dots here and here, and then you get the chevron here and here. So maybe we should do a chevron one. And as you know, you don't have to cut, and I don't normally cut it the napkin first, but to be real honest, it is, I think, easier to work with. But that's just me. Most people will not cut it. They're like, yeah, don't waste it. So let's do the chevron one, since we haven't done one of those yet. And my bee one, because we love bees so much. It's so sweet. I noticed that this year bees are really popular, but as Trina knows, and a lot of us have been in love with bees for years. You know, it's nothing new for us. I want to see, let me see, my other bee one is a big one. Yeah, let's do a smaller one in bees. And let's see. I want to get as much on, you know, the bees on as I can. And that one is so cute. Oh, super cute. Oh boy, let me make sure y'all are seeing what I'm doing. Yes, okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. And you all also already know, if you want your edges, you can tear it. And if you want a more controlled tear, just wet it with water a little bit where you want to control it. Let it dry completely, and then go ahead and put it down. So yeah, those ones we already did. And these guys. He's just so cute. So cute. Okay, so we'll do 1, 2 inches and 1, 2 and a, or did I do enough? No. I didn't do it long enough for the 2.5, and it wouldn't be, this has to be a 2-inch because of the design. So that one has to be B. Oh well, yeah, because that's as far as the design goes. So for our 2 and I think this only does the quarterly, you know what I mean, the design that only goes on a quarter of it versus, you know, the whole thing. Let's see, would that be cute to have them coming down like that? Let me see. Because see, the botanical before, they have it going to the side, but you would get 2 of those. I don't mind it looking like that. I could go up here where it's already, or but I want some of this showing. Oh yeah, I like that better. And even though the irises are going the different directions, yeah, I guess that's not too cool. I like that though, see? Pretty, but your irises. The iris is going in the wrong, we're going the wrong way. Okay. I like the writing on it. But since I've already done one with the writing on it, let's just make it all about the iris this time. And a little bit about the butterfly. Or maybe even not the butterfly at all. How about that? Just a tiny drop. Yeah. because our other one looks like this. And this one would be like 95% about the iris. Okay, let's do that. Or since this comes out so much nicer, shorter, let's go ahead and do pink roses. Because I know I will always use that. Where are my pink roses? Oh, I've already got the big one in pink roses. Got a small one in the black and silver. Yeah, let's do that instead. See, this is why it just takes me forever and a day to do what I want to do. And you know what? You could have a bee on this one too, because even though it looks like chicken wire, it also looks like a beehive. And the very background, I'll get it closer to the camera so you guys can see it. Do you see the, I hope you can see it. Oh, stop shining on me. Right here and here. I think that looks like a beehive, and to have that little black and yellow bee on that would be gorgeous too, wouldn't it? Okay. Alrighty, so let's do this. Now, I have a book that some of y'all, please don't get mad at me, but I don't like the book, and even though it is gorgeous, see how gorgeous and old that paper is? It is absolutely gorgeous. I don't personally care for it, and since I don't care for it, I'm going to use it. Remember what I do to get, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt myself. I always do this because I don't like those, when I use the cutting board, I don't like those edges sticking up at all. So when you push down on them, this is a Teflon bone folder that I got from Amazon. It is fantastic. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. Okay. So again, pit. And this is a nice wide one. Alls I would say, because if you've already done this and you've done it like 100 times, it'd be like corn. Done it, been there, done that. But let's see what you got in mind. Is just make sure you get your corners and your sides. You know, that's important. And then put on here where where you think it looks best. And since we're dealing with the chevron, I think that's kind of cute. And most people go from the middle up and then the middle down. And yes, it's going to want to stick there. And then I take my brayer to make sure, and I'm going to go right to the edges and make sure that baby, and this is from Amazon too. During the pandemic, that's where I got my stuff. And you know, there are ways to take this off too, but I cut it off because, like I said, I don't put anything over it. Not now. I may later. You know what I mean? I may think, oh, I think I'll put this on top of it to seal it, or I might even, you know, there's other stuff you can do to seal it. But for now, no, I really like the feel of a napkin on, you know, on the top of that paper or file folder. Okay. So that's how that baby came out. And to be honest, I like it better like that, I think. Okay. I will not be using that over. Okay. And you want it dry. You want it nice and dry. And it's not nice and dry right now, even though some people will tell you, well, it dries immediately. Well, really? Mine doesn't. Okay. Let's do another one. Let's do our cute little piece. Oh, and again, gotta make sure you can, you feel that ridge. I'm not a lover of the ridge that the paper cutter makes. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my thing. Okay. Alrighty. And to the end. Have you all seen, there are some people here on YouTube that have a glue stick that's either purple or blue? Have you seen those? They're pretty cool looking. Alright. And again, we're gonna do, I want to get that little baby in. I love that little baby in the corner. And if you do have a wrinkle in it, I mean, it really, really bothers you. It doesn't bother me. It's not, it's not necessarily my favorite thing, and I don't think it's the worst thing in the world either. And again, see, there's texture on this edge of the napkin. I really like that. And yes, I do recycle that paper. So, I mean, I know you would say, Corn, it is aged to perfection, but I don't like the word, so that's why. What are you all up to these days? Are you all doing any decoupaging? Whoops! Did not cut that well. Do you all love working with napkins? Or do you like working with tissue paper better? Or you like both? Oh, she's full of questions today, isn't she? There's a method to my madness. There's a method. Okay. There's that little BB. So cute. And we'll do this one, and like I said, we need these guys to dry. That's why I keep going. I mean, it's the same old, but I keep going because we need them to dry. Now this one, as I mentioned when I showed it, the other one that's completed, it's heavily textured. I don't know if you can see, or I don't know if it's showing up, but it really is. And so I won't use the brayer on that. I won't do it because I don't want to smush it down that much. And if I need to, when there is a fold and I need to use that fold, that's where I start to put my, my pressure on it, because I don't want that fold to show at all. So let's do this again. And by that time, we'll at least have another one that I can show you the rest of the stuff I do without decorating, because if I decorate it, it'll be forever on the day. Okay. And again, since there's that fold, I'm going to start with it and then go down from there and out. But you do it any way that works for you. This is what works for me personally. And I can still feel the texture of this one. I'm not going to mess with that texture. And you, mixed media people, Jen, if you're here, darling, I bet you're saying, Corn, don't mess with that texture, baby. Leave it alone. I hear you, sugar. I hear you. Oh. Now, these scissors I've had for 2 or 3 years, and Handsome got them for me. Came in a set more than one. I only used the pink ones up here from Costco. He was like, he saw them, honey, scissors. And I was like, honey, thank you, I'll take them. But they seem to have gotten a little glue on them from doing this, so I need to clean them. Okie dokie. All right. So, and sometimes if you do this too, sometimes you're well aware that there's, your corners may not have, stayed down. And all you have to do is just, if you notice it wants to come up, just pull it up, and then that's when I take the more narrow one, but it doesn't have to be the narrow one, and just apply more and make sure you smooth it down. That's it. So this little baby, like I said, I'm not going to roll over this one. No, no, no. Okay. Alrighty. So if you all have this little baby, and you make lots of tags yourself, you love it, I'm sure. I love it. Do I want it like that, or do I want it? Yeah, I reckon I better do it the right way. I don't always do things the right way, as some of you all know. I do it my way. Ta-da! Isn't it great? I just love it so much. Oh, my hat with the beautiful, but I want to keep this one. It's just too precious. Too precious. Okay. And are we dry? Should we try it, y'all? Or should we let it dry a little more and come back to that and just do our, I don't always work with the corners. Sometimes I just leave the corners alone, but a lot of times I'll go ahead and just round them. Let's see here. With I had the crocodile, and yes, I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby years ago. I do a 1/4 inch on this size. This is the 2 inch. And so it's a matter of here and here. And then, let's see, on this one, because it is the chevron, let's try the small angle first, since it's only a 2 inch. Let's do, oh, that's not going to do much to it, I don't think. Well, is that cute, or should we do the, well, if we did the large first, you know what I mean? We can't do anything else with it. Do we like it like that, or should it be more? I think that's better because you see more of the pink. So I think I'll just do the 1/4 inch. Or small angle, I'm sorry. Small angle, it says. And I think that's given us time for this baby to dry. So we've got these guys over here. And Do I want that as my top or that? Well, that's actually the top. Yeah. There we go. And I think for that one, let's go ahead and let's see here. Sorry guys, I got a fiddle over here behind me. This is the scallop or the, let's do a scallop on that. Yeah, there we go. And as you all already know, I go ahead and make my whole reinforcers out of this BB, which is from We Are Memory Keepers. And yes, I got that on clearance too at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever. And I use this all the time. And it's just a matter of punching it, and then when you clean it, you just open the top and clean it out. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. And like I said, if you, oh bless your hearts, 36 minutes. Bless your heart. And like I said, and then we'll decorate them however you want. Or sometimes they're just so stinking cute they don't need anything, you know, like this. I just thought whole reinforcer. The rest of it doesn't need a thing. But let me know, like I said, if you love getting, just like a few single napkins your way from your friends and fellow crafters. I know I get a kick out of because I don't have to buy the whole pack. I think that's awfully fun. And let me put up these out here. There we go. Here's what we did today. And that would be nice if you have the time to write a comment and let me know if you love working with napkins and your paper crafting. And I hope you guys, I want to thank you first off for joining me and staying with me this long. Bless your heart. Appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.